Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. How's it going? Hope you all have had a great weekend. It's Monday, we're back with another trading recap, and we're off to a green start, a great start to the week. We're up, as you see here, before commissions, $21.95, so after commissions will be about $18, so really happy with today. We placed two trades, one on DARE, D-A-R-E, and the other one on PHAS. We got a really good winner on PHAS, actually, which I'll show you and we'll talk about today. But it was a bit of a hit and run, so been busy all weekend, I've been away, so a little bit tired today. So I just got into the market, placed my trades, got my green on the day, and then that was it, I was done. And I think you'll see, I was literally done after 5 minutes. Yes, I certainly left some money out on the table. You know, there's definitely some more money to be made. There was one particular setup on DARE, which I already closed my broker. I said I was done, but there was a good setup there, which I normally would have traded. But you know, it's part of the process. I just wanted to book that green day today, get off to a great start to the week, and once I got that, I wasn't going to let it go. Yes, there will always be opportunities. Yes, we'll always miss opportunities, but as long as we can take our chances when we get them, and that's the main thing. So, as you see here, up 21.95. We only traded 300 shares today. I'll talk about why. You'll see on my trades, one of them was on PHAS, actually only took 50 shares, and the other one I took 100 shares as normal. But yeah, let's get into today's recap. So today we load up the gap scanner. It was actually looking pretty good. There was a couple on watch, DARE, which was one, PHAS, which was this main one was looking at, and let's get into that. So the main one we was actually looking at was wrong place. We was actually looking at DARE, but whilst we was looking at DARE and there, PHAS just made this insane move. So you see here, pre-market, it's gapped up from the 550 all the way up to $12. It's been, you know, dropping and popping, you know, crazy swings, but it started to consolidate. So it wasn't one I was keeping an eye on like fantastically. You know, it was just keeping an eye on just to see how it would move. It was just on one of my charts on the right hand side over here. Let's do this. But then you see out of the gates, whilst I was looking at there, it made a move from basically the $7 all the way up to, you know, almost pretty much $9. So a $2 move. So absolutely crazy. We was never going to buy the top here. One entry you could have done, people would have done this. You could have sort of looked to get in over that little pivot there around the, let's say that probably the 750 area, the 760. Look for a pop up to $8 if he was quick enough. I'm not 100% sure how quick this moved, but as you see in 1 minute it made that type of move, so absolutely crazy. So then we're obviously looking for that pullback, that washout. So from the 850 area, just above almost 860, it comes all the way down to 770. And now what I'll show you, if you look here on my other chart, right here, if you see here when it pulled back, this is PHAS on, this is the charts I actually follow when I'm trading on my right hand side. So you see here it made the same big move, it pulled back, but you see where it pretty much tapped the VWAP. It's got a low of 780, but if you look on the VWAP here, 785. So once it sort of slowed down, sort of held that area, I got in, let me go back, I got in at $8. Order history, you see here, first one 50 shares, average price 8, execution failed, and then you see it popped up and I sold at 8.24, so a 24-cent gain. Absolutely crazy. The reason I took a smaller share size on this is because bigger price in stock means they can move up and down quicker, so got to manage my risk better. And also the you can even see now when there's no volume, there's a spread, and there was a bit of a spread on it. So we got in at $8. My stop was below the VWAP, which was 785, so risking 15 cents, but definitely looked to we could definitely get that pop. And as you see, it popped up. We sold at 824, and it actually had a high of you know, around this. I think it's exactly 850. So yeah, really happy with that trade. After that, wasn't really paying any attention to it. I was keeping an eye on it, but it just sold off, and that was basically all she wrote. What we was doing, and the other trade we took was on DARE. So this was the one we was watching out pre-market. So you see here, pre-market for $1 all the way up to just around here, the 280 mark. As you see here, around the 280 mark pre-market was sort of the high, and almost 290. And this was the main stock on watch, just because of the move it's made. But really overextended, really crowdy, really choppy, and I didn't have any plans to long this. I just thought it was too overextended. Yes, definitely. Once again, you could say here you've got the let's say this is the here. So look, you've got this sort of, it's touching these candles 1, 2, almost 4 times, but definitely 3 times around the 288. So what's one move you could do? You could have bought for 290. Look to sell. Look for it to break $3 and then sell into the break of $3. But also it could have easily have tapped $3, which it actually pretty much did, and then washed down. So people probably bought it for $3, and then it went down to 260. But as you see here, we're gaining this sort of. It was really tug of war, buyers stepping up low, sellers coming in from the highs, really tug of war. So I was basically looking to see either option. If it was going to break, I would have let it break and then buy a pullback, or if it was to wash down, then I would let it wash down and buy the sort of dip, sell the rip. And that's what happened here. You see, we get this we get this wash down. So it didn't really have any support level, but one support level it did have, as you see right here. It won't show you. Let me go out on this, but you'll see $half and whole dollar support and resistance. So in this case, support. So if I go to select mode and I do this, you see the low of the candle was 252. So it's holding that 250 area. So it slowed down, went down to 252. As I started to see green prints on the time and sales, I jumped in. You see here, I'm in at 258. So in at 258, my stop's going to be the $half again at 250, and we get the nice pop up to 268. It actually popped up to, on this particular candle, around 273, and we sold at 26. We got the fill at 268, and that was it. That was all that happened for my trading today. And once again, I said, so I was in 2 trades. First one, 24-cent winner, as you see here. If I go to actually here, you'll see 24-cent winner there, $12. 10-cent winner there, $9.95. It says 10 cent, but you look at the actual price and it's just slightly under 10 cents. But basically 10-cent winner, and so happy 2 and 2. Weren't going to risk that. The move that I saw in real time. So I closed my broker down, and I was like, I closed this platform down, and I was like, that's me done today. No more trading. But I was keeping an eye on, obviously, how stocks were moving, what was happening. And because I made that rule, and I think that's one thing that's really important with day trading. In the end of the day, we're just trying to educate ourselves, get better. You have rules, you have to stick to them. If you don't stick to your own rules, you're only cheating yourself, and you're only going to make yourself a worse trader. So I made the rule today that I was done. No more trading, no matter what happened, I was done. So what we see here, we get this nice, after our trade, it starts to break. It break that resistance of the $293, and it get a big move up to 325. And then what do? We get this big washout from 320 all the way down to the 280 area. Definitely an opportunity. This was definitely the one that I would have purchased if I hadn't made that rule of me stopping today. And as you see, we got this lovely pop back up. So definitely we could have got in. Maybe not at the bottom. For the bottom of that candle's 290. Would have sold for the push of $3, maybe above $3. See how it was trading. Probably would have got 10-15 cents there, quite comfortably. And that was basically it. There were some other stocks that made moves. ATOS started to make a really good move. It's selling off now. So this didn't start out the gates, as you see. It was moving a little bit pre-market, but nothing crazy. It was on the back burner, as you see. Even at the open, it just not great volume, okay, but nothing great. But it's just selling off, and it started moving a wave. And then all of a sudden, we get this nice, this nice upward trend, but really hard to get in. Up. No real massive pullbacks. But I wasn't going to trade it. I was just watching. This was a very good entry where you get this move up. If you see here, this is the good thing about having an exponential moving average, where you get this overextension from the line and it pulls back to the line. So yeah, you could have bought here for the break and then sold higher, but once again, we weren't trading it. But as you see, there's momentum in the stock market. Really good to see, and just absolutely happy that I have started off Monday on a good start, a green note. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.